So now let's proceed to our second discussion about the contemporary issues in education. But now we're gonna discuss the issues about the educational system in the Philippines. Since dito tayo sa Philippines, so alamin natin yung mga issues usually dito sa pagdating ng educational system dito sa Philippines. So when it comes to influence, no, the educational systems of the Philippines has been affected immensely by the country's colonial history, including the Spanish period, American period, and Japanese rule and occupation. So, although having been significantly influenced by all its colonized with regard to educational system, so the most influential and deep-rooted contributions are during the American occupation in 1998, 1898. So it was during this aforementioned period that English was introduced as the primary language of instruction and occupation instruction and a public education system was first established. No, a system specifically patterned after the United States school system and further administrated by the newly established Department of Instruction. So similar to the United States of America, so the Philippines has had an extensive and extremely inclusive system of education, including features such as a higher education. No, so I will discuss to you the list of the issues when it comes to grading system in the Philippines. So first one is the quality of education. So first of which, so is the quality of education in the year of 2014. So the National Achievement Test, which is NAT, and the National Career Assessment Examination or NCAE. So results shows that there had been a decline in the quality of Philippine education at the elementary and secondary levels. So the students performs in both the 2014 NAT and in CAI, so were excessively below the target mean score. So in short, we have the lowest scores in the NAT examination and the INCAI examination. So we have the poorest and the lowest quality of education on that year, which is 2014. So second one, budget for education. So the second issues that the Philippine educational system faces is the budget for education. Although it has been mandated by the Philippines Constitution for the government to allocate the highest proportion of its government to education. So the Philippines remains to have one of the lowest budget allocation to all education among ASEAN countries. So third one is the affordability of education. So the third prevalent issue in the Philippine educational system continuously encounters is the affordability of education or lack of thereof. So a big disparity in educational achievement is evident across various social groups. So socioeconomically disadvantaged students, otherwise known as students who are members of high and low income poverty stricken families, have immensely higher dropout rates in the elementary level. So additionally, most freshmen students are the tertiary level relatively well off families, no. So fourth is dropout rate, no, or out of school youth. So Franz Castro, Secretary of Alliance of Concerned Teachers or ACT, stated that there is a grave need to address the alarming number of out-of-school youth in our country. So the Philippines overall has 1.4 million who are out of school according to the UNESCO data, and it's additionally the only ASEAN country that is included in the top 5 countries with the highest number of out of school youth, no? So our country is part of the 5 countries that most have the youth that don't have or taking the school because of lack of financial. So another example of the issues is brain drain. So brain drain is a persistent problem evident in the educational system in the Philippines due to modern phenomenon of globalization, with the number of overseas Filipino workers or OFWs who work abroad at any time during the period of April to September 2014 was estimated at 2.3 million. In this going mass immigration subsequently inducts the unparalleled brain drain alongside grave economic implication. So that all the issues about the education, contemporary issues related to education in the Philippines. So I hope you understand my report.